Several Gilbert
You bet.
residents are seeing increases in their monthly water bills, and we're not talking about small ones. One homeowner saddled with an amount that rivals most people's mortgages.
Yeah, imagine the shock there. 12 News journalist Sean Rice has been looking into this today. And Sean, what's going on here?
Yeah, Troy and Crebe, over the last several days, we've had people reach out to us expressing concern over how their water usage has completely jumped through the roof. And with that, their water bills have skyrocketed as well. But for one homeowner, that jump was so large that you would think they were operating some kind of water park, not just taking a shower every night. Shadow of Gilbert's iconic water tower. One homeowner is drowning in shock after receiving her latest water bill.
$2,679.
For Nancy Stipp, that number out of the ordinary for her Gilbert home. She does have a pool in her backyard and grass right next to it, but her bill says her water usage has jumped over 1,000% just in the last month.
So Monday, my husband and I went to the town of Gilbert to the utility department with my bill. I use consistently 30 to 40 gallons of water, 1,000 gallons of water a month. But this bill came at 292,000 gallons.
Tuesday, the town sent out multiple utilities employees replacing her water meter, but Nancy struggles to understand why that was necessary. After all, the previous meter was just replaced last month.
We believe, at least most of us, I think, hopefully, that the meters are not talking to the computer system that they have running, that these aren't connecting. But after today, and knowing that the meters aren't being calibrated potentially properly for everybody, then here comes a bigger issue.
Other Gilbert residents like Michelle Edmonston have seen their water bill increase substantially in recent months, from a usual amount of $70 to $80 to $175 this month.
It just seems like it's off base, especially with my square footage of my house. And not having the grass and the plants and stuff like that. It just doesn't make sense.
The town of Gilbert has increased water and sewage rates before, raising water rates 75% over the last 2 years. But Nancy worries other people who call Gilbert home are being saddled with water bills that far exceed their actual usage.
When you start to mess with one and then the next and the next, it's a snowball effect that's happening here. It's snowballing. It's getting worse because they're not doing anything about it.
And just within the last several minutes, the town of Gilbert issued us this statement. They say, quote, "Our water conservation and meter technicians were able to visit Mrs. Stipp's home today to inspect their meter, and during this inspection discovered the meter was emitting a faulty reading. The team also located a minor leak with the irrigation system. While faulty meters are rare, we thankfully were able to replace the faulty meter and correct the issue. After a customer repairs a water leak and notifies the town, staff will review the bill and adjust it so the customer only pays the lowest rate for water that was lost due to the leak." The town has agreed to go on camera, sit down, and discuss this issue further with us tomorrow. One question I will be asking: is this situation an isolated incident with some sort of faulty meter reading, or are Gilbert residents across the board experiencing something which is then leading to a jump in their bills? Back to you guys.
Good question.